Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're just gonna run through this speed build of me doing kind of like a container home. I don't own, I think it's Tiny Living that came with it. Like I don't own very many packs, so I'm kind of limited in the things that I have, but I wanted to do these container homes and I didn't have the actual the right outside for a home, like a container home. So I think I used like a paneling or a wood paneling or a brick or something, but I think they still look really nice. The premise of this, I got inspired by a picture I saw on Pinterest, which was these it was kind of like three container homes, like two on the bottom and one stacked on top of the other. So I thought it would be really fun and cool to build that. These ones are probably a little bit bigger than container homes, but the premise is still there. So you'll see me here. One thing I really liked about those container homes is at the front they had kind of like those little out pieces, like two walls on either side, and then the inside was kind of like a wood paneling, which I thought was really cool. I started by saying, oh, you know what, I'll use some custom content windows in this build, and that's it. And then due to the fact that I used custom content windows, I kind of went custom content crazy. So just going through here, I do actually end up with 3 bedrooms total, including a master bedroom, 2 full bathrooms, and a half bath. The one thing I don't have is like a shared bathroom, because each one, like the 2 full bathrooms are actually en suites, which realistically I probably should have put one like with an entrance to the outside, but like that's okay, that's fine, it's not that big of a deal. And then I did a glass door for the entrance because I love the idea of these like massive open windows throughout. So here you'll see me placing down the kitchen, which I then decide that I wanted over there, but then I think I end up moving it again. But I start with this, I think it's a base game kitchen. It is, yeah. And I end up changing it out because at this point I thought, you know what, I might as well just go custom content crazy, which I do. I think most, if not all, things in the house are custom content. So I'm just playing around with all the different variations of this kitchen, and I realized that those cabinets, this is when I decided I was going to go custom content crazy, because I really liked those top cabinets with the wood running through it. So I went in and did the countertops that matched. And again, this was the kitchen I was going to do. I wanted a galley, or I was going to start with like this kind of like galley kitchen, but then I thought I'd do a galley kitchen like all my builds. Let me do something a little bit different. And they had this kind of like wood piece, which I thought you could put on top of the counters and it would like then match like the cabinets, but it doesn't work. It like clips into each other, so that got rid of that. And I'm playing around a lot with it, trying to make it, see if I can get it to work. And I spent a long time in the kitchen because that's probably like my favorite part of a house is the kitchen. I just think like beautiful big kitchens, it's the best thing. Even if I have a tiny apartment, I'll put like a giant kitchen in just for no reason whatsoever. And at this point I decide, no, it's going to be in this back corner. And I kind of do a little bit of a L shape along the back with a big island there, which I think looks really good. Adding in appliances, all black appliances. The idea was like very sleek and modern. I was going for kind of like sleek and industrial in this build. The master bedroom decor isn't really like industrial, but I think it's still nice. So here I go in, just adding in the cabinets again. And going through that. Did you guys ever have these as a kid? They're like these little, it's like a little fruit shape and inside it's like flavored sugar basically. Did you ever have these? I was obsessed with these and I haven't really seen them ever in my life. But I saw them at Dollarama the other day and I probably almost had like a freak out in Dollarama because I was like, oh, no way. So yeah, this table here is also custom content along with the benches I'm using, and I put 2 benches together to kind of make that long bench because I wanted like a bench with like 4 seats for this table. Like I said, most most things I use in this build are actually custom content, so yeah, it is a thing. And I'm looking for chairs. I chose those simple black ones, but I wanted kind of more of those big plushy ones, which I was like, I swear I have some. I swear I have some. And I just kept kind of scrolling up and down along my chairs, and then I was like, oh, it's these ones, and I found them. I really like those chairs. And then I do this front portion here, and I make a bedroom. And you can see me sectioning off the bathroom and the ensuite there. And this was, I kind of like thought about this as like a little kid's room, like a little boy, could be little girl, it's a pretty neutral room. But I went kind of really like darker colors and stuff. So yeah, here I am. I started off with like a base game bed, and I switched out for a custom content bed, as I would. Custom content nightstand. And what am I going to choose? I was looking for blankets, because I love blankets in The Sims. Like, I think The Sims should just have those naturally. I think they're so pretty. And then there was this like really cool like hanging light that I wanted to put here, and I thought it was really cool. It's like a little, almost like one of those movie reels with like a light hanging off of it. Love that. And then I thought a desk would be good, especially if he's like a young kid or a teenager. They would need a desk for homework and stuff, so I pop that there, and I pop some monitors on it. Then I throw a dresser there for their clothing. And going into the bathroom, I pop a tub, shower in there, a toilet, and then I pop a sink. That is actually a base game sink, and that is a Sims mirror as well, so it's not all custom content. And then I'm going through and choosing the doors. I think the door that I end up choosing here, I end up switching out because these are custom content doors, which I do like, but I think I switched them out for something different and a little bit more simple. So I just made the bathroom here smaller, because realistically that bathroom does not need to be that big. It's just a sink and a toilet. And then I'm going in for the living room, and I did this sectional. Again, it's custom content, but I think it looks really nice. And I go with a nice modern fireplace. Oh, and then I like flew myself away. And then I just move this TV up and place it onto the fireplace, put a plant in the corner as you would, and pop that little table there, which I thought was really nice. Yeah, and then I'm just looking for like, I think I ended up putting like an armchair here. Or a poof. No, I think I do that armchair. I think that's what I ended up going for. That's kind of what... Oh no, I did that big circular one. I love that circular one, and I never get to use it because it doesn't usually match everything else. Then putting a rug down, I sized up this kind of big fuzzy one. And going upstairs, I widened the stairs so it would take up that weird space kind of on the other side, and I also wanted wider stairs to begin with, so I love double wide stairs. I think they look so much better than single wide. And then you'll see me section things off here. This is what's going to be the master bedroom. And I kind of cut it off there because I was like, oh, maybe I'll make it a bit bigger, which... And I'm sectioning off here for the bathroom. It's kind of a weird shape that I went for upstairs, and I thought that's like another kid's room. I ended up making it like a baby room, like a nursery. And then we go in, and I kind of switch the dimensions there so I can fit a double bed in there comfortably. I go with this guy here because I really like the frame of it, and I'm looking for a blanket. And I wanted something black, which I do not really have much of. And I'm scrolling through everything. I think the one I choose here I end up switching out as well. Because the other thing was, the bed was really wide compared to all the blankets I have. Like, most beds tend to have like a standard size, but the blankets all seem to clip the bed, so I had to, I think I chose this one, and then I just kind of like moved it up one little notch. And I'm just looking for pillows here that would also sit on top of the blanket, and those were ugly. I like big, voluptuous pillows. I have like a million pillows in my room. I can never get enough. I just love pillows so much. So here I'm just fiddling around with all of the blanket and pillow situation, which was all really for nothing because I ended up switching out that blanket. Nice big dresser in the corner, and I popped some side tables. This took a little bit of a boho-ish turn with that table and the other things I end up choosing for the room. But I think it still looks very nice. And I grabbed these hanging plants, and I've seen this on like a design show where they did like hanging plants above a bed, and I thought it looked really cool, so I put that there. And then instead of using that non-custom content plant, I pulled out my custom content plant to put there. And here's where I decided to switch out all the doors because the other ones were just kind of, they seemed really chunky and heavy, whereas these ones, they were a little bit more sleek and modern, I guess. And choosing a shower. I just went for a pretty basic run-of-the-mill shower, and your toilet and sink just straight in there. And adding I've added a little bit of a bigger mirror in here because I thought it was a little bit more luxurious. And this is the baby room, and I thought it would be really fun to, you know, make a little nursery. I have a lot of custom content cribs, which I'm a big fan of. This because the ones The Sims gives you, I think it's just like those bassinets, and they're kind of boring. Like, you want to add more to a nursery, like even though it's just decor items, like it's still fun to have. So I added that little kind of dresser armoire thingy in the corner. And I'm switching out the colors a lot because I hadn't really decided on what I wanted. I popped that little rocking chair in the corner, and I thought that little giraffe shelf was really cute. And I'm just kind of looking for some clutter to put on it, and I moved that around. I was looking for just a bunch of little things to fill it up with because you can actually, like, things will actually go on each of the little shelves, which I think is great. And I thought this room ended up turning out really cute. Like, it's just very simplistic style in this house, but it's just very... I think the colors that they chose for the baby room were really, really cute. And popping that stuff, just kind of adding clutter. I know you're not supposed to put things in baby's cribs, so don't do that in real life, but it's fun to do in The Sims because they don't die in there. And then adding a nice little rug. I thought that brown kind of faux fur one would work. And I'm just checking out the way that the rooms look outside, choosing some flooring. I love these light floorboards, but I wanted something that kind of matched the streak going through the cabinet, so I went with this guy here. Adding a rug to the master bedroom, and this is where I switch out the blanket. And then I play around with this one because it's kind of one that's kind of supposed to be scrunched up at the bed, at like the foot of your bed. So I kind of just put two together to kind of create one big one. Had to move them up because, you know, they were kind of ruining everything with this bed. I really like the bed frame, not so much the mattress and the like covers that it came with. And I added some big chunky tiles to the wall and a nice blue to the rest of it to give it like a really calming feel. I thought it looked really nice, contrasting with that yellow rug. I added a little bit of artwork here. I put this big painting there that I think it works. I don't know if it actually works or not, but just let me know. Let me know if it actually works or not because I'm not entirely sure. I wanted a mirror here, and that's kind of the best one I found. I think mirrors are great in like any room because you can really like it really opens up a room. Even if it's a small room, like it just makes it look so much bigger. But yeah. And then just adding a little bit of clutter to this little what would be this nightstand here. And a lamp. Love me a good lamp. I didn't really need to do that kind of like moving the things in the air and then moving the table back with this one because this table seemed to let me kind of group them all together pretty closely. So the way that room turned out, I actually really enjoyed it. We're going in and adding some tile here. I went with, I think I went really dark with this bathroom because I really liked the like really dark, moody look. I thought it looked so cool. And I was looking for like a contrasting towel at first, but then I went for this dark one. I think it looks really good in the end. Going down to what would be the kids ensuite here, I went a little bit brighter. I did this like blue half tile up the wall that I think is, or no, I actually did that white one. I think it's really nice. And I did just a pretty basic tile on the floor. I did this big brick wall along the back, some marble backsplash in the kitchen, and I'm just kind of looking through some colors to see what I want, and I just went like a dark gray. Again, it's a very dark and modern house, so that was like the overall vibe I was getting from it, so that's kind of what I went with. And then looking for a wallpaper for the kids' room, I thought that black and white one was really cool, and then just the dark gray throughout. The little, I imagine this to be a little girl's room, so the little girl's room is a little different, and I have this wallpaper that's kind of like palm trees and stuff, and I went with a peachy color around the rest of the room, which I think looks so sweet. I love that color for little girls. And I ended up adding some more windows because I only added the windows on the front and back, which isn't the greatest, but I added those two big windows. Love these custom content windows. I love that little flap on the top that's open. So pretty. And then I moved this a little closer because it seemed like the stairs, like the Sims wouldn't be able to get around those stairs. Adding in a good old sink to the kitchen as you would. And then I start adding curtains in to all of the windows. And I'm just trying to find one that I like. I don't typically add curtains to many of my builds, but since this one had such massive windows, I figured it was kind of needed. And in the little girl's room, I just kind of went for one of those ones that you can pull across or whatever. That's like the illusion you kind of give. And I think I start adding more rugs in. Like I needed a rug for the dining room. I know it's not really practical because no one really does rugs in their dining room, but I like the look of it. It looks cool. And then one for the front door. Adding a little bench there. Kind of the area you'd sit down, put your shoes on. Pop a little plant in the corner, and then I start popping plants in random corners of the house. And that big old bush, I love that thing. Scrolling through, I'm just looking for more decoration stuff, like I'm just finding ways to kind of clutter up the house. Put a little coat hook there so you can hang your jacket. And adding a little bit of clutter to the kitchen, I put in just little things, really nothing like major. Some wine. And this is also where I explore a lot of things. Like I see random things and I pull them out and I'm like, oh, what's that? That's why you sometimes see random things being pulled out. And then I did not want to forget the bin, so I popped that in there. Popped that plant in a different corner of the house and just kind of took a look to see what the house looked like from the inside. And then I color the roof, or I put flooring down on the roof so that you know, can have it. And then I kind of just show you the house here. So, alright, and then I kind of just jump into the outside. I fix up, I add a little bit more greenery, and I thought it would be really cool if you had this house in in the middle of the woods. I think, like, that's kind of the picture. I saw that it was surrounded by a bunch of trees, so I add like a bajillion trees in here. I know that I am nowhere near the woods in the location that I chose, but I think it's still good. It's still fine. And then just adding a few little things, mailbox and the bin, and we're done. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.